Welcome back. Guam Department of Education Superintendent John Fernandez will be meeting with federal officials this week in Washington, D.C. to discuss GDOE's high-risk status. Accompanying Fernandez are Education Board Chairman Mark Mendiola and Vice Speaker Talena Nelson. The visit will include meetings with Assistant Secretary Frank Brogan, who oversees elementary and secondary education for the U.S. Department of Education. As part of the visit, Fernandez will request that U.S. DOE render a decision on Guam's request for reconsideration of special conditions associated with high risk by July 1st, 2020. According to GDOE Public Information Officer Isa Baza, the department submitted an official request for reconsideration of special conditions way back in May of 2018. This led to the reconsideration evaluation plan, which outlined items that needed to be submitted before a decision was rendered. 2 pre-assessment visits took place in May and July of 2019, with U.S. DOE acknowledging that 4 of the 7 special conditions associated with the high-risk designation have been met. This leaves 3 special conditions in place, including the requirement for a third-party fiduciary agent, which has cost GDOE $25 million since 2009. The Guam Environmental Protection Agency will celebrate America Recycles Day with a proclamation signing to highlight Guam's recycling efforts and recycling rate. This year's ceremony is themed as Guam Recycles Day and is slated for tomorrow, Thursday, November 14th at 3:30 p.m. in the Cabinet Conference Room at the Ricardo J. Berdalio Governor's Complex in Adelup. Alongside the announcement of this year's recycling rate, Guam EPA will also recognize the youth and their efforts to promote recycling awareness on Guam. Student-based organizations associated with recycling and environmental awareness from schools around the island will be participating in the proclamation signing. 2 high school students feel as though their plea for help has fallen on deaf ears. PNC's Jolene Toves spoke with one of the students' parents regarding a complaint they filed with GDOE, the school's administration, and the Guam Police Department, alleging that the students have been the targets of cyberbullying, bullying, and harassment by 2 fellow students.
The students are now afraid to go to school, stating in the complaint, "This has been a reoccurring problem for weeks, has been brought to the administration by me and my parents, have submitted a GPD case number to this administration, and yet the attacks and behaviors have not stopped. I have done nothing unethical that warrants such abuse, and it frustrates me that in an environment where there is a zero tolerance policy for bullying and violence, both actions and behaviors have not been addressed in the manner that makes me feel safe and protected." The parent of one of the students being bullied, who wishes to remain anonymous, says the bullying and harassment began earlier this month, and the students are not only bullied while on school campus, but over the internet as well, sharing with PNC screenshots of communications from the alleged bullies on social media. Further sharing that the response from school's administration to call the 2 students and the accused in to meet together has the parents taken aback.
And even with all the complaints and everything, and then the Twitter that was posted online, sending it to the administrators about what's going on, addressed it to that. Just clear and concise into everything to narrow down is that as students in life growing up, you're going to have to learn how to deal with these types of people, because you're still going to have to face them.
The parent says that the 2 accused students were suspended for 3 days, but that on the day of the disciplinary action, one of the accused turned to Twitter and posted another harassing message, but that was never dealt with as a second infraction.
It should be zero tolerance for cyberbullying. If they're letting their school administrators know, then why shouldn't they act upon it as any other assault case or whatsoever? It's frustrating for them, and they should feel safe.
The parent indicates that she has met with the school's principal once, but all other attempts to meet have been unsuccessful. For PNC News, I'm Jolene Toves.
GDOE Deputy Superintendent responded, "Bullying is never acceptable at school campuses and may lead to consequences, including suspension. While mediation is a form of conflict resolution used by schools, it is not mandatory. The school is aware of these concerns and is in the process of investigating and addressing the matter with the students and parents involved." A bogus email recently sent to some Bank of Guam customers should not be opened. It's a fake email sent by a scammer. Bank of Guam Vice President Jackie Marati told the Pacific News Center the email is not from the Bank of Guam and anyone who receives it should not open it. Dear Bank of Guam customer, states the email, your account has just been debited. It then invites the recipient to click on a link to view the transaction now. Don't. In her statement, Marati urges Bank of Guam customers to be vigilant and check with the bank before opening any suspicious emails that claim to be from BOG. The Attorney General's office also advises residents who receive suspicious emails to contact the Consumer Protection Division of the Attorney General's office. Up next, we have your weekly Take 2 coming attractions with Tony Watley II. Then we'll have Destiny Cruz and Leo Payumo with your weather and sports. Stay tuned.
Take 2 Coming Attractions is brought to you by Pizza Hut. We're taking pizza to where it's never been before, and Bank of Hawaii.
Got 3 new films coming out this weekend. Want to hear about them? Charlie's Angels is a reboot of the classic TV series and film series of the same name and follows 3 new angels as they save the world from danger. Ford v Ferrari tells the story of a car designer and a professional driver as they battle to build a revolutionary race car for Ford to challenge Ferrari at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1966. The Good Liar follows a con artist who seduces a well-to-do widow and begins living with her. But he soon develops feelings for her and things begin to unravel. I wasn't too keen on Charlie's Angels back then, both the TV show and the movies. And this one looks, okay, I guess. Hopefully director Elizabeth Banks and the 3 new angels can change my perspective on the film itself. And the last 2 films are interesting in their own way. With Ford v Ferrari, I can't wait to see the collaboration between Matt Damon and Christian Bale. I've never seen them in a movie together, so I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out. The Good Liar not only intrigues me with its solid casting of Ian McKellen and Helen Mirren, but also the trailer left so much to the imagination, and I'm super excited at the prospect of seeing how this thriller will unfold. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for me today here on Take 2 Coming Attractions. I'm Tony Watley II, and I'll see you at the movies.
Happy day, Marianas. Welcome to your local weather forecast. I'm Destiny Cruz, and thanks for tuning in. Well, it looks like we experienced a pretty mightly day despite the partly cloudy forecast. Daytime temperatures rose to our usual 88 degrees. However, heat index values got as hot as 96. So I hope everyone stayed hydrated and wore SPF throughout today. Thankfully, things started to cool down as some of those isolated showers and northeast winds of 10 to 15 miles per hour rolled in later throughout today. And as we move into this evening, we can look out for similar weather to persist from tonight and throughout Thursday morning. Northeast winds of 5 to 15 miles per hour are expected to breeze throughout the island as evening lows reach 77. And that wraps up today's weather report. Have a great rest of your Wednesday and be sure to tune in next time for more updates. Adios. Thank you.